Okay, so since we have been able to get this particular side, now I want to sketch an interface here. I just want to create a little interface here. So I'll click here and I'll click sketch. So I have something like this. Then you have to zoom in. You have to zoom in properly so that you can be able to get used to the interface. So watch this. So I'll come to line. I'll come to this area. I'll click here. I'll click here. Then I'll produce this line one. Click escape. We are going to see how you are going to be very detailed about this particular work. You're going to be very detailed and it takes time. This area takes time. Click escape. Then the next thing, I'll click on smart dimension. I'll click here and I'll click 9.43. 9.43. Then I'll also come here. I'll dimension this 9.43. Then now I want to create a relationship. Like the relationship I want to create is to show you. I want everything to be in the middle. Like any drawing I'm doing should be in the middle. So I'm going to create a relationship since because I'll be watch. So I'm going to hold this line. I click control, hold this, and I'll click on this line to still holding my control, and I'll click symmetric. So it's going to be in the middle. Everything I'm going to do is going to be in the middle. Now watch, please watch. I'm going to create a little line. Watch, I'm going to create a line, project a line down, very small line. I tap escape. I come to this area. I'm going to project a line upward. I tap escape. Then I come to dimension. So I'm going to dimension this small line. I'm going to dimension it 0.94 if I'm not mistaken. 0.94 if I'm not mistaken. 0.94. Okay, so I'm going to come here. Dimension is 0.94 if I'm not mistaken. So since I've been able to do that, then I'll create I'll use a 3-point arc. I'll come here. I'll produce something like this. Please watch. One. I'll come to this area. I'll produce something like this. You see this line? They are both together. Yeah, I'll also do something like this. Watch, please. This. Now watch. Then I'll come here. I'll produce a line. Watch, please. I click a line, project it out. I click escape. I'll click on line. I'll come here. I'll project a line like this. Escape. So watch. I'm going to see how I click here, hold my control, and I'll click here. I'll make it tangent. I'll click here, hold my control, and I'll make it tangent. So I've been able to make it tangent. Then mind you, I'm going to say I'll drag this a little, and also drag this a little, so I can be able to get what I want. Then mind you, also please, I'll come to smart dimension. I'll click here and I'll click here. So I want to have a dimension of 11, like a distance of 11.47. Then after doing that, I'll come and dimension here. I'll dimension it 2. Enter 2. I'll come to this area. I'll dimension it 2. So I've been able to do this. I've been able to get this. Then the next step again is to see how I can check the distance for this. So the distance for this will be 28.76. I come here again, 28.76. And after that, I'll come to this line. I'll click. I'll project it up. Okay, I'm going to know. First of all, I'm going to create that curve first, that 3-point curve. I'm going to create that 3-point curve. You click on your 3-point arc. After you click on the 3-point arc, you click on it, then you move a little, you get something like this. You come to this area, you get something like this again. Then you project that small line again as we did earlier with that small line. You come to this area, click on sketch, project the small line again. So I've been able to get this. So you click here, hold control, click here, and click on tangent. Then you click here, hold control, click here, you still make it tangent. So I've been able to get this. Then now let's see if we can do this. Click here, hold control, click here, make this one tangent, then you click here, hold your control, you also make here a tangent. It's not really easy, but it requires time and patience. So I'll zoom out, then I'll come to line, I'll click here, I'll project the line, escape, I'll come to this point, line again, I'll click here, I project the line, escape. If it's not looking straight, you click and you make it horizontal. So it wasn't looking straight, that's why I did that. Then I have to know the distance. I have to also know the distance for that line. That first line, the distance is 22.03. So this distance is 22.03. Distance is come here again, 22.03. I get this done. So 22.03. I'm done with that. So in the next step, you have to do whatever you've done on this area, you have to do it again. So let's see how we can get that job done. So after that, I project a small line again. As you all know, I project a small line, I take it out, escape, and take it out. Then I come again, I project a small line, I click on line, I project a small line outward, click OK. Then you dimension this line, dimension this line 0.94. okay. Then you come in, you zoom in again, 0.94, enter. Then let's see how we do the same process again. So click here, get this, adjust, come to 3-point arc, the same process. So I'm able to get that. I'll come use line, project one, escape. So click here and make one, then you come to line again, you click here, you project, escape. So if I click here, I make it like this. So I have something like this. So what's the next step? So I'll click here, I hold control, and I click here, and I click on tangent. I click here, I click here, and I click on tangent. So I have something like this. So this is good. Then I click on dimension. So if I click here and I click here, I'll click 11.47 to go up. But you have to see how you can be able to adjust it. Wow, what are we having here? So let me dimension this so I can see what I'm doing. So I'll click here, I'll make it 2. Wow, why am I having this? So I'll try to see how I can make it fitting. I'll try to dimension it to make it fitting. So you can, no, there's something wrong with it, but let me rectify it. Just delete this. Yes, delete this. Then we're not going to use the same distancing, sorry. So click delete this. So we'll bring this down a little. Then 3-point arc again, 3-point arc. So we're not going to use the same distancing, sorry. Let's see how we can get this done. So I'll bring it down a little. No, okay, not this. I'll delete this, and I'm also going to delete this. Then I'll come to this area, come to this 3-point arc, 3-point arc. I'll click here, I'll project it out a little, then I'll project my line, I'll bring it out.